Hi, David. My name is Olivia. I am a tennis coach, and we work with tennis directors to help them reduce their administrative work and increase their revenues. I really just wanted to record this quick video for you today to show you how we could speed up that registration process and payment process and reduce a lot of that admin work you are currently doing. So, whether you are the one doing the admin work or you have some help, we have a proven process that works for other academies very similar to yours. So, when we work with tennis academies, we really want to answer two main questions. One, how easy is it for my parents to find and book for what they want without contacting me? And two, how easy is it for me as an admin to set up my programs and classes, collect registrations and payments, and manage my students on a daily basis? And how can I do this fast without spending so much time on admin work? And we're just going to jump right in here today so we can answer those questions for you. And when I come onto your website, it is very colorful. There's a lot of pictures. I can see exactly what you offer, and as a parent, this is very appealing. I can clearly see what your programs are and what days are offered, including what times and locations, which is great. So, when it comes to the registration process, David, you have a way to book online, which you are already ahead of the game, and you can also pay online, which is great. Some academies don't have that, so you are one step ahead here. I could see everything you have, which is again really good, great. I could easily click on one of these, but we hit a little bit of a road bump with how easy this process is to a parent. So as a parent, not only would I have some trouble finding the correct class, but I could also easily misclick because it's so close together. There's not really any pictures to kind of help me organize what class is for what. So if this is for 4 to 6 year olds, but I accidentally meant to click my 6 to 10-year-old class, that would be a hard process because I don't see that difference. I would fill out the rest of the form and then I would pay and then realize, oh no, I accidentally clicked the wrong one. And then I would have to email or call you. And that is a whole other step of the process, which takes a lot of time away from you being on court. And another big thing here, if I was a parent coming on here, I cannot tell if any of these classes are full, if how many spots they have left. So if my son wants to come and he has a friend, but I want to sign both of them up, that would be two separate registration forms, which then probably goes to some sort of Google Doc or Google Sheet that you or an admin person has to sort through and then filter to make a roster and also record the payments. So that's about like three different sheets going on right there, which is a lot of time being spent just for one or two kids to record all the information that is on here. But also, again, if I can't tell how many spots are left, I don't know if they can both come to that class. And then if they both can't, then I would cancel and probably either find another day or have to call you, email you, figure out some way to have both of my kids and their friends to come to the same class. Also, I'm curious if a class is full, do you guys end up taking this out completely or do you put a wait list here? I also do notice that if there was a wait list, it would probably be hard to find one, but also it would be an email to you or an admin person where that is another email just coming into the inbox and there is no way to really filter or keep good track of a wait list. So not only do we see these couple things that I just mentioned, but also if I have more than one student, and which is great, you guys do have an option for a couple students to join for what age. Great, this is perfect. But if I wanted to sign up my youngest for this class and then submit, I'd have to submit a whole other registration process and another form if I have an older child who wants to be into this class, which not only does that put some more work onto the parent, but that also puts a lot of work onto you because those are two separate lines onto in a Google Excel sheet. Then you have to push that into the roster, make sure that both recording that they're both recorded for payments. And that's again, this is all this start is just piling up just from this small little registration sheet. So before we go any further, I mean, again, this is great. You have an online registration and you have multiple students being able to sign up as well as payment. So again, you're ahead of the game here. But I do want to show you an example of a couple of different academies that had some process that was very similar to yours and how we helped them really automate and just make this more efficient so parents have no struggle and then you have a lot less admin work on your hands. So, this first academy here I want to show you today is Silicon Valley Tennis Academy. And this is Aaron. We have been working with him for about 12 years now. And before coming to us, he was spending about 20 hours a week on admin work just by, registrations, making sure everybody's paid, emailing parents back and forth, calling them, making sure all of the payments are caught up, and making sure everybody's on the roster at all times, and he just didn't want to do any of that. He wanted to be on court, and this was taking too much of his time away from the court. So we came in and helped him with our software, Timmy. All right, so this is Aaron's new software site, and for him, his thing was he wanted some form of online payment where he did not have to track it on PayPal anymore, as well as reducing that admin time. And so we were able to help him with all of this, and I want to show you very quickly. So this is when you come onto his website, and then now we can see exactly what it offers. There's a bunch of pictures. It's very visually appealing. And once a parent finds a class that they want to book, they can hit book a class, and now they could see all of the days that are offered, as well as how many spots are left. So Aaron has a very great reputation, and so his classes are almost always full. And clearly we see here, there's no spots left on this day, which means as a parent, I have to go find another class or a different program. But if I wanted to be added to the waitlist, I could do that very easily here with the button Add to Waitlist, and I could choose as many students as I want, and then I hit Add to Waitlist. Aaron would be notified that there's been someone put onto that waitlist, as well as the parent. And once a spot becomes available, there's a very easy method to just transfer the student over into the class. So not only has that been one thing that people absolutely love, also as well as the drop-ins, which people pay for an individual day and choose that. Most academies choose not to do it. They really want people to come for that whole duration of the season. And they also have camps here. I could see how many spots are left. So perfect. There's 13 for the camp over here, Orange Ball. I could send my son and his couple friends to this camp. Great. And I could book them all at the same time. So I could just click as many as I want, and then I'd hit proceed to pay, or I can hit add to shopping cart, where then if I have another student who is not going to be that class level and it's a yellow ball, I can also add this to my cart, and then at the end I click pay, and it is all done. You get the payments right away. The parents have no struggles, no worries. I can see exactly how many spots are left, the cost over here, any description that might be needed. A lot of people like to put exactly what's going to be happening during camps or clinics, as well as a waiver or cancel policy. You can put whatever you'd like here. And that's great because parents can see that exactly and it is catered to that specific class instead of a more general waiver or cancellation fee or any description that needs to go with that specific class or camp. And on top of that, you also have private lessons. So Erin doesn't offer any private lessons through here. They do it individually through their coaches, which is always an option. But I love to point that out because it makes it very easy for people to have private lessons with the coaches that they want. You also have events, which Erin, again, does not have any events going on. But if you had like a one-day, Sunday, fun day camp or like a all-day little process, they could sign up for that on here as well, super easily. See what's going on that whole day, and it just makes the registration process super easy. Parents have no struggles. There will be barely any phone calls unless it's like, I don't know which class my student should be in because they're new, and then we would help them from there. So, with all of this, Aaron not only has saved his 20 hours a week of admin work and now puts that towards coaching, which is what he decided to do when he became a tennis coach. That's what we really want to promote here is we want to get you back on court doing what you love, saving some time, making more important business decisions like growing your academy, maybe finding new coaches. And with that, Aaron not only has done that, but he's also increased his revenues by 30% in a full year. And his classes are now almost always full. There's barely any room, which is a really good problem to have for your academy. And that's what we would love to do for you. So let's move right into the next example here, which this is my home club. I grew up playing and coaching here, which is Benchmark Tennis Academy with David Panconi. And so for him, he had a very similar struggle that Aaron did, where David was spending about 20 to 30 hours a week on admin work, which was emailing parents, making sure the rosters are all up to date, making sure people are paying because they paid through the front desk, which that process has changed now. And it was a lot of going back and forth with parents, there was no way to really see if they've paid. It was just a big mess. And David would be up until like 2 in the morning doing a lot of tedious admin work. And so we came in here and helped him a similar way that we did with Aaron. And now we could see exactly what David offers with, again, beautiful pictures, very colorful, a lot of descriptions. I can see exactly where my child should go. And let's say this is the one I want to do. I'm going to book that camp. Again, I could see how many spots are left. So I could send him and all of his friends to this camp and I can book, pick as many students as I want, proceed to pay. And again, if you wanted to add another camp or another week, you can add to cart and do it all at the same time instead of selecting one at a time and then submitting it and then doing another one and submitting. And the process goes on and on. And not only is that more work for you, but more work for the parent. And so with David specifically, he likes all of the reasons camps, classes, parents have had a really great response to this big change in the registration process just because it is so simple, it's easy. It takes parents about 1 minute to book the classes they want and get their child going. It is exactly what a lot of directors needed, and I would love to help you do that exact same thing. So with David Panconi, he not only increased his revenues to 75% in 1 month, just in the 1 month of changing over to the Timmy software, but also his registration and payment speed increased by 70%. And that's again all in 1 month. We've only been working with David for a couple months, and there's a lot of hope of where this can go for him just because this is now super easy. Parents have no struggles at all when it comes to registering. And that is the first step of getting their child into tennis classes. So it's a very important step. Alrighty, so now that we have gone over a couple examples and how we've helped other academies, I want to show you the back end of the software where you can easily see many different things. And so the first one I will point out, this is a test account, so this is not real revenue, unfortunately, but you could see easily how many students are currently enrolled into classes, as well as how much I am getting in revenue, how much revenue is pending. So this would be if there was an invoice sent out or if people have not yet paid for whatever reason, and also any refunds that go through. Very easily, you could see this right up front, but also we could see how many classes I have and everything. I could see exactly the students, that is 8, and then how much revenue is coming in from that particular class. And then if we click onto the class, we see who's attending this class on a regular basis. Since this is a reoccurring class, we can select which time period we want to see. So this would be the month of April and May, and this would be May to June. And so for this, I see all of these students have pretty much paid, which is great. And then otherwise, I could send an invoice. And so I just booked another student here through Book New Students from the back end, which you can do if a parent somehow comes to you. But also if you want to make sure they have paid or record a payment in a different way, if they do cash or check, you can also do that. You can also send an invoice to them. And that is a super easy way to record payments, specifically if you have a special occasion where someone has cash and you want to make sure it's recorded into the revenue, then you can do that here as well. And also on the back end, to really eliminate any form of Google Sheets, is we can also see and track attendance in a very similar way that I just showed you. And you could mark who is absent, who is there, if there's a makeup, or if it's a canceled class. You can also easily email or text this group of kids. So let's say it's raining on Monday and you want to send a email or text out saying, hey, it's raining. You can easily do that here, and it will email or text all the people that are in that class. And it makes it super easy and simple, so you do not have to go to your Gmail, enter all of the emails, parents get an email, blah, blah, blah. It just goes on. That's a very tedious process, especially if you have a lot of classes happening in one day and it's somehow raining or whatever is the circumstance. Or if you want to promote something new, like make sure you re enroll, you could email or text them as well. And another big feature here that I won't get super into, but you can also see any type of report that you want to see, whether that is credit card reports, a monthly summary, the registration report, session summary report, active students, new accounts, you name it, you could pretty much see it all. So if you wanted to get a monthly report of the revenue that is coming in and any refunds that are coming out within a certain set time period, you can easily do that, transfer it to an Excel sheet and do it there and send that to your booking person. So that is one really great feature that I love about the software. However, there's many, many more features that we would love to show you. So David, not only is Timmy more than just software, I wanted to shout this out. So if you are feeling overwhelmed with the admin work and need a virtual assistant to complete these time-consuming tasks for you, we also have a wonderful team, ready and trained virtual assistants who can help you very quickly. And we could discuss that more on a free discovery call. And on here, we will go over kind of what we just did, but more in depth. You'll be able to ask a lot of questions. And again, this is a completely free, no obligation discovery call. We really just want to give you some information to show you how we can help you and your academy, and we would love to do that. So I hope this information was helpful for you and we could get into it a little bit more on the free discovery call. So be sure to click on the booking link below, and I look forward to meeting you. And thank you again. We will talk very, very soon. Alrighty, bye-bye.